Start your engines, shuffle your deck, and get ready to race. Welcome to Pit Crew Racer. Hello everyone, my name is Ladrock, and today I'm introducing you to a custom format that makes every decision feel like a split-second call on the track. Whether leading the pack or making a last-second comeback, Pit Crew Racer will test your skill, adaptability, and nerves. So if you're ready, then let's hit the track and dive into Pit Crew Racer. With the influx of new mounts and vehicles from recent sets like Outlaws of Thunder Junction and Ether Drift, it's finally possible to build a fully fleshed out racing format in Magic the Gathering. Previously, vehicles lacked the depth needed to sustain a dedicated racing experience, and mounts were non-existent until Outlaws. Wider variety of creatures that interact with vehicles, more dynamic mount mechanics, and an expanded pool of speed-focused cards, a true racing format is finally within reach, letting players rev up their engines, saddle up their mounts, and race towards the finish line. First, we'll go over the rules of this format, as well as a new game piece to show you. And to finish, we have some optional rules for a more casual gameplay experience. To start, we have deck construction and the finish line. In Pit Crew Racer, each player brings a 79 card singleton deck called their Pit Crew, plus one vehicle or mount as their racer, for a total of 80 cards. Your racer starts in the command zone, just like in Commander, but unlike Commander, your deck is not restricted by the color identity of your racer. All players start the game with 30 life and draw 7 cards to start, and like stated before, we have introduced a new game piece called the finish line for this format. All players attack the finish line throughout the game, which grants them lap emblems upon dealing damage to it successfully. Once a player has 10 lap emblems, they win the game. The finish line sits in the center of the board, acting much like an emblem. Spells and other card effects can't target it, and every time you deal at least 5 total combat damage to the finish line, you earn a lap emblem. Players do track the damage they deal to the finish line separately, and it does reset for each player whenever they successfully get a lap emblem. Let's go over the combat rules. Combat does work a little differently here. Instead of attacking other players, you're racing against each other to attack the finish line. All declared attacks must target the finish line, planeswalkers, or battles only. Only vehicles and mounts can be declared as attackers and blockers, and other players can block for the finish line, but only in turn order, so expect some interference. The racer for your deck, as stated before, works the same as a commander would. It starts in the command zone and returns there when removed or when it switches zones. Your racer does have attacks added to it each time it is cast from the command zone. We call this your Pit Crew cost. Like an Oathbreaker, any card that references a commander or can be your commander instead would read Racer. Also, it must be a vehicle or a mount creature on the front face of the card. The Transformer cards, for example, cannot be your racer. However, they could still be played in the deck and would be able to attack and block as long as they are on their backside while in play. And for our final rule for the base version of the format, we've got keyword errata. With the main target of attacking being the finish line, many keywords would simply be useless without fixing them for the format. We have quite a few keywords that needed to be edited to still work within this format. As more keywords come out, we will update this list. Go ahead and pause the video here if you would like to read through these now. Alright everyone, before we cross that finish line, I've got another thing for you. As we developed the rules for this format, we had many things cut in the process. We ended up turning some of these into a set of optional rules for less competitive environments. They can be added individually or in combination with each other. Number 1, we've got some alternate ways to race: sprint, spark pre, rallies, and street races. The first 3 are multiplayer variants, and street races is our 1v1 version. In a sprint, players only need 1 lap emblem to win the game, but the damage threshold for the finish line is 25 damage. Once a player successfully deals 25 combat damage to the finish line, they win the game. Spark Pre works with our second optional rule, tracks, which we'll get to in just a minute, as well as the plane chase cards. Playing with both, whenever a player planeswalks to a new plane, you swap the current track you are on, switching up rewards each player would get. A rally is a timed race, only lasting 10 rounds. At the end of those 10 rounds, the winner is the player with the most lap emblems at the end. And we've got 2 variations on the 1v1s that we call street races. The first one, the winner is the first of 5 lap emblems, And the second variation is a sprint street race, in which the winner is determined by the first to deal 10 combat damage to the finish line throughout the game. Number 2 is for when you've got so many players that's like playing bumper cars out on the track. If you have too many players and wish to streamline the combat, we recommend the stay in your lane rule. This rule states that during combat, a player may only block opponents that are directly to their left or right and no other players, and that you may only target permanents of players to your immediate left and right when declaring attacks as well for the finish line. We started to develop unique tracks for each MTG plane. We planned on starting with Ethdrift and then moving on to the most popular planes afterwards, Ravnica, Zendikar, Dominaria, and maybe a few more. These racetracks grant players rewards in the form of various tokens and abilities that they would get to deploy on their side of the field, helping in your race to the finish line. Alright guys, thank you for riding along. That's all for Pit Crew Racer. We've got other projects in the works for more minigames and other formats. Make sure to check the Google Doc in the description for the full comprehensive rules. We hope to get a Discord up soon for everyone to get some races in. And please give us a like and subscribe if you made it this far. See you on the track.